in the early days, I obviously just wanted to start a charity that helped bereaved forces kids like my own. And the idea was just to have a holiday home in the UK. The families could go and have some respite care. And, 9 years on since the charity started, 10 years since we lost Lee, we've now got 6 holiday homes around the UK and use places like Centre Parks and Butlins for breaks. But as well as the breaks, we do so much more for the kids now, because we've just seen so many gaps along the way and how much support is needed.
You've achieved so much, but I suppose you feel you've still got so much to achieve yet.
Yeah, definitely. That's what everyone says. Oh, you've come such a long way, but you don't see it yourself because you're constantly looking forward and knowing how much more support that these kids need, and that where the gaps still are that we're trying to get funding for and stuff. So yeah, there's constantly things to do at the minute, and more kids to support. We're supporting currently 385 this year that we've helped, but we know there's probably like over 1,000 kids out there, so some still don't know about us. So there's always work to be done. Yeah. And
obviously, we've seen that marvellous video involving your daughter Brooke, who was just 7 months when Lee died. First of all, you must have been fairly proud that she did that. What was your kind of reaction when you saw it?
Really proud of her. I only saw it. I saw an edit just before everyone else saw it, to be honest. So it hit me the same as it hit everyone else, I think. Just very proud of her, and also seeing people's feedback and comments was really lovely to see them say such great stuff about Brooke. Know that I've done an all right job so far bringing her up, but she has a real passion for the charity. She's grown up with it, so she's always willing to help and support. But I didn't know whether she'd actually want to do this, because this was very personal for her to meet Lee's Troop Sergeant that she'd never seen before. So we weren't sure whether she was going to chat or be quiet or what. So we're very lucky that she was brilliant. She took the opportunity to ask her questions. So
my mum's told me lots of things of how he was silly and he joked a lot, but was there another side of Daddy when he was working, I think?
Yeah, there was many sides. There was many sides to your dad. Playing, mucking about, being sort of like, one of the lads. But also there was a serious side to him as well, when things didn't get done. So if he was given a task to do, he would get on with the troop and go away and do that task. And if people weren't pulling their weight with that task, he would sort of start either shouting at them or get them to do other tasks.
Can't have been easy for Brooke, and probably not easy for Paul Howard either.
No, not easy at all. And I've not seen Paul since Lee was killed. So to get a message from me out of the blue going, Paul, you've come to my mind. Like, will you help us with something? And I know Paul suffers since that tour, and he told me very honestly he has a big guilt. He was Lee's Troop Sergeant. He felt like he should be looking after them. So to lose Lee has played on his mind for a long time. So he was very nervous about meeting Brooke and what she might ask, but he has actually said that it's helped him loads actually to meet Brooke and to chat, and he recommends anyone that's lost someone to get in touch, because it actually helps.
Yeah, and that point you saw reinforced at the end of the video. You talk about, I think, 87%. Just talk about the importance of what, once the kind of, the initial shock has worn off, or is gone, the kind of support that there is or isn't there.
Yeah, I think a lot of the families are living in a military garrison, so like myself had to make that decision of where to go and live and move away. So you come out of that military community, and 87% of our families said they do feel like they've lost the military connection, and actually Scotty's helps them feel a bit more connected with a community again. I think it's 91% of our family said that it is so important that the kids get to know, even if the mum she might still hate the army or, not really want to get back into that community, which I think is a very minute few. But for the kids, they're growing up, they want to know people that knew their dad or mum, and they want to know more about them. So, the guys that served with them have so many more stories and can share details of what happened, and so I think it's really important to reconnect and give the kids that military community back.
And what do you think Brooke has got out of that?
A huge amount, yeah. She has a lot of questions regularly for me, and some I can answer and some I can't. And, you know, we're still in touch with some of the lads that knew Lee, so they've been brilliant. But I think to meet Lee's troop sergeant, I mean, she was buzzing after that interview. She was on a high for 2 days. I was ready to catch the emotion because I thought this is going to hit her in a couple of days. But she was, really chuffed. She was really pleased. She was excited about, she'd learned stuff that I didn't know from Paul. And I think she's going to keep in touch with Paul now, which is incredible, because I think now just doing that, their relationships, they've almost got a bit of a bond. And I would love to think that he can become a bit of a mentor to her, you know, a bit of a role model, which would be an amazing result.
And this is the kind of thing that might help other families in similar situations, that, you know, that 87%, you know, a lot of those might want to connect with the kind of very personal relationships out in the battlefield.
Yeah, I think so, hugely. I mean, you know, everyone is different and not everyone will want to get in touch, but I think the kids lose so much, you know, they come away from that community, or like Brooke, she was only 7 months old, so never really got a chance to see that community, and it is really special. And I think knowing the people that served with your parent is so important, to feel that proudness. And I do honestly think that, if you know, veterans or service personnel get back in touch with a bereaved kid, it's almost like a mentoring, you know, they can be there for them as they grow, and a lot of the kids are missing that role model and that maybe that man figure in their lives. So I just think it's more powerful than what the guys probably realise, to be honest.
10 years tomorrow since Lee went. How will you be spending the day?
With the kids, so I always take them out of school. The schools are brilliant and totally understand. We always have a day, phones off, computer, like everything off. I'm just with them, because it's one of those weird ones where you're, you know, I think about Lee every day, and obviously doing the charity is spoken about every day, and the kids do. But so you think, oh, the anniversary should be like any other day, but for some reason, you know, come the 1st of July, it's just lingering around my head, and I think a lot of it just brings back the bad memories. Whereas when I think of Lee normally, I can smile and remember good stuff, but obviously the anniversary of his death brings back all the being told and repatriation, and it just naturally comes back into your head. So I just make sure we're together as a family doing some fun stuff, and to try and get through the day together, really, which, until this year, Brooke didn't really understand the date, to be honest, nor did Kai. They didn't actually know, it never really come up in conversation of the actual day that your dad was killed, and now they know it, so it's more, a bit more emotional for them, I think, because they know it's coming. We'll just go and do something fun, and I'm sure Brooke will have a little cry because she tends to get emotional, but we'll hug her, and Kai will tell her something funny about Daddy, and we'll do something good. And
how much has being involved with Scottish Little Soldiers helped you and the family sort of cope?
Oh, hugely. I mean, like I said before, it's bringing a community back. You feel so alone, although you might have great family and friends, but they don't quite understand what you've been through. It's when you meet someone that's been through the same situation or very similar, that it's just incredible. You know, I've got some great mates who have lost their husbands, and they just get it, you know, and the same with the kids. They build those bonds with the other kids, you know, because lots of them were at military or schools where there's a lot of military kids, and now they move away and they go to a school where no one else has lost a dad that served, so they don't understand. And then being a part of Scottish, they have friends that do get it, and that is just incredible and invaluable, really.